Welcome to the GLT debate. Today we will be debating whether it is better to dip or pour the sauce while eating 탕수육. On the left we have Team Dip of Jasmine, Grace, and Ellen. And on the right we have Team Pour, James, Hunter, Alice. Now, both teams will fight.
Hello, I'm Jess. We'll talk about 탕수육. 탕수육 is delicious food which comes from China. In Korea, we have 탕수육 with jjajangmyeon and jjamppong when we move to another place. However, Korean people have been divided between dipping or pouring the sauce. Well, I think it's better to dip 탕수육. First, it keeps the food crispy. When we eat food, the texture is very important thing for taste. So crispy texture is better ASMR than soggy texture. Second, the sauce is too sour if we pour. If you pour 탕수육 sauce, the strong scent of the sauce permeates the meat. So anyone who does not prefer the strong scent will be reluctant to eat the sauce.
When you eat jjajangmyeon, you often eat 탕수육 together. 탕수육 is very delicious Chinese food which is made by pouring starchy water boiled with vinegar, soy sauce, sugar, and vegetables on fried pork or beef. I think we should eat 탕수육 by pouring the sauce. First, 탕수육 is originally meant to be poured. In Naver Dictionary, 탕수육 is introduced as a food that you pour the sauce. 탕수육 originated from a dish made by the Chinese after the defeat from the Oppian War by pouring sauce on fried meat. Second, eating 탕수육 by pouring the sauce makes the exterior slightly wet while the interior is slightly crispy. This is a good texture for eating. This way, it's so delicious. It's like going to heaven.
Whereas 탕수육 is originally delivered separately. No matter how much you pour it in originally, if it is a food that needs to be poured, it would have been delivered to pour it in. But it delivers separately, so we have to dip it in the sauce. Second, we can save the food formally without it getting soggy. If you pour it in and eat it, it will be soft and soggy because of the liquid nature of the sauce. If it happens, the original taste of sweet and sour pork will disappear. It's the same as saying I won't eat 탕수육, but if you dip, you eat the sauce separately. There is no reason for it to be soggy. Third, dip sounds like dip taste, while pour sounds like pour. Just by looking at the word like this, there is a big difference between dipping and pouring. How much difference does it make when you actually eat? There will be a very clear difference. Finally, we have to dip it in the sauce.
First, it makes the food look delicious. If we don't pour sauce on 탕수육, it just looks like a piece of fried meat. But if you pour in the sauce, the color of the food becomes more colorful and makes the food look more delicious. When a food looks delicious, people eat more and the food sells better. Second, it is faster to eat after we pour. When you dip 탕수육 in sauce, you have to pick up the 탕수육 and dip it in the sauce repeatedly. However, when you pour sauce on 탕수육, you can just pick up the 탕수육 and eat it. So it is more convenient to pour the sauce and eat it than to dip it in the sauce. Third, we can save money. If we eat 탕수육 in a restaurant, we don't have to prepare a separate bowl for the sauce. Then the amount of dishes that need to be washed is reduced, and the amount of water used is also.
You say pouring the sauce makes the exterior slightly wet. while the interior is fairly crispy. This is good texture for eating, but it is impossible. There is only meat in 탕수육. Meat is soft even when cooked, so meat can't be crispy. You say 탕수육 was originally meant to be poured, and pouring the sauce makes the food delicious. But there are a lot of people who dip it these days. Also, it looks pretty if you decorated it beautifully. You say pouring the sauce is faster to eat after we poured, but the speed is different based on individuals' eating speed. You say if we eat at a restaurant, they only have to wash one dish, which can save money on electricity or water. But restaurants always cost a lot of money, electricity and water, because they use a lot of plates to look pretty. Therefore, we have to dip 탕수육 in sauce.
You say the sauce is too sour if it is poured, but we can regulate amount of sauce. If you think the sauce is too sour, you can regulate it. And you say we can save the food for later without it getting soggy, but I think soggy is too crispy. Because the sauce is gooey, so I think the sticky texture goes well with this kind of sticky sauce. If you want crispy texture, it's better to eat just fried meat with no sauce. Therefore, dipping the sauce when you eat 탕수육 is just eating fried meat with sauce, not 탕수육. And you say it is originally delivered separate, but it's only for pouring according to individual taste. It's not for dipping. Additionally, you say dip sound like dip taste, while pour sound like pour. However, this remark sounds demeaning to the low-income class. Is being poor bad, or you are mocking? I don't think it's appropriate.